For centuries, historians have believed that the Egyptian pyramids were built around 4,500 years ago. But what if they're much older than we thought? Recent discoveries suggest that the pyramids may predate known Egyptian civilization, challenging everything we thought we knew about human history. Evidence of water erosion. One of the biggest clues that the pyramids might be older than we thought comes from water erosion. Geologist Robert Schoch and other researchers have noticed that parts of the Great Sphinx and even some pyramid structures show signs of deep erosion caused by heavy rainfall. However, Egypt has been a desert for thousands of years, meaning such rain would have only happened much earlier, possibly around 10,000 years ago or more. This challenges the traditional timeline that says the pyramids were built around 2500 BC. If these structures were exposed to significant rainfall, they must have existed in a time when the climate was completely different. This suggests that an advanced civilization may have lived in Egypt long before the pharaohs we know from history. If water erosion changes our understanding of pyramid construction, what else could we be missing? The answer might lie in who built them in the first place. Prehistoric civilization theory. If the pyramids are much older than historians originally thought, it means that they weren't built by the ancient Egyptians we know from history books. This raises a question. Who built them? Some researchers believe that an advanced civilization, existing long before the pharaohs, may have been responsible for these structures. The idea of a lost civilization isn't just speculation. Ancient myths from various cultures speak of great builders and forgotten societies. The precision and size of the pyramids suggest that whoever built them had a deep understanding of engineering and mathematics, which we didn't think existed that early in human history. If we reconsider the true builders of the pyramids, it could completely change what we know about early human civilizations. But how can we be sure? The answer might be written in the stars, literally. The pyramids' alignment with the night sky could reveal even more about their mysterious past. Astronomical alignments. The Pyramids of Giza are not randomly placed. They align almost perfectly with the stars of Orion's belt. But here's where things get interesting. Studies suggest that the best alignment of Orion's belt with the pyramids would have occurred around 10,500 BC, much earlier than the traditionally accepted date of 2500 BC. This means the pyramids might have been built during that time, or were at least influenced by an older civilization that understood astronomy. The ancient Egyptians were known for their knowledge of the stars, but if the pyramids were designed with an alignment best seen thousands of years earlier, it suggests that their builders had knowledge passed down from a much older time. This could mean that the pyramids were either inherited from an earlier civilization, or their designs were based on information from long-lost cultures. If their alignment with the stars is intentional, then what other secrets could the pyramids be hiding beneath the surface? Underground chambers. Recent discoveries using ground-penetrating radar have revealed something shocking beneath the pyramids: hidden chambers and tunnels that were previously unknown. Some of these structures go far deeper than archaeologists expected and seem much older than the known history of the pyramids. If these underground chambers were built before the pyramids we see today, it could mean that the entire site was used by an earlier civilization before the pharaohs. The question is, what were these chambers used for? Some theories suggest they were part of an ancient city, while others believe they may have been burial sites or storage areas for unknown artifacts. If an older civilization built these underground structures, it would mean that the pyramids are just the tip of the iceberg. These hidden spaces could contain clues about the true origins of these magnificent structures. But how were they built? The answer may lie in the advanced techniques used in pyramid construction. Advanced construction techniques. The pyramids are one of the greatest architectural wonders of the world. But here's the mystery. How were they built with such precision? The stones used in construction weigh several tons each, and yet they were cut and placed with incredible accuracy. Some of these stones are fitted so perfectly that even a piece of paper can't fit between them. This kind of precision is difficult even with modern tools, yet we're told it was done using simple chisels and ropes. Some researchers believe that this suggests an advanced level of technology or engineering knowledge that doesn't match what we know about ancient Egypt. Could this mean that the techniques used were inherited from a much older civilization? If so, what kind of tools and methods did they use? This question leads to an even bigger mystery. Was there once a lost civilization with knowledge far beyond what we ever imagined? Mythological clues. Ancient Egyptian texts and myths often speak of a time before the pharaohs, referred to as Zep-Tepi, or the first time. According to legend, this was an era when divine beings and great builders walked the earth. Some researchers believe that these stories might not just be myths, but could hold real historical clues. If the pyramids existed long before traditional history claims, then these ancient legends might be memories of an advanced civilization that predated the Egyptians. Many cultures worldwide have similar myths about a lost golden age of wisdom and construction. Could it be that the Egyptians inherited these structures rather than building them? If so, the history of the pyramids is far older and more mysterious than we ever imagined. The question now is, did the Egyptians simply repurpose these monuments? Looking at the inscriptions on the pyramids may give us a surprising answer. Recycled monuments. Many of the inscriptions on the pyramids and nearby structures seem to have been added later, leading some experts to believe that the ancient Egyptians did not actually build the pyramids, but rather took them over and rebranded them. This is not unusual. Many civilizations throughout history have repurposed existing monuments to make them their own. Some inscriptions even appear rushed or poorly engraved compared to the fine craftsmanship of the pyramid itself. If the pyramids were indeed much older, this could explain why the pharaohs may have simply claimed them instead of constructing them from scratch. This changes everything because it suggests that Egypt's most iconic structures were not actually built by the civilization we associate them with today. If the pyramids were repurposed, then the true builders remain unknown. The answer may lie in the strange tool marks found on these massive stones, which don't match traditional Egyptian tools. Unexplained tool marks. One of the biggest puzzles surrounding the pyramids is how they were built with such precision, especially with the tools available at the time. The stones used are incredibly hard, yet they show signs of being cut with extreme accuracy. Modern experts believe that the tools available to the ancient Egyptians, such as copper chisels, would not have been strong enough to carve the enormous limestone and granite blocks. Some of the tool marks resemble those made by high-powered saws or drills, technology that should not have existed thousands of years ago. If these advanced methods were used, where did they come from? This has led some researchers to suggest that the techniques used in building the pyramids were far more sophisticated than previously thought. Could the builders have had access to lost technologies? If so, this raises another major question. Was Egypt truly isolated, or were ancient civilizations more connected than we realize? Ancient global connections. If the pyramids are older than we thought, it could mean that civilizations across the world were far more interconnected than history suggests. Ancient sites in South America, such as Machu Picchu and Teotihuacan, show similarities to the construction methods used in Egypt. Some researchers believe this is evidence of knowledge sharing between ancient cultures. How could civilizations that were supposedly separated by thousands of miles and vast oceans build such similar structures? One possibility is that early cultures had advanced navigation skills and were capable of long-distance travel, sharing knowledge along the way. Another theory is that they all inherited similar construction techniques from a much earlier civilization. If true, this would completely rewrite history, proving that global connections existed long before modern times. If these theories hold weight, it leaves us with one final, groundbreaking question. What else have we been getting wrong about the history of human civilization? Rewriting human history. If the pyramids are much older than we believed, it would mean that human civilization has been around far longer than traditional history acknowledges. This would challenge everything we thought we knew about ancient cultures and their abilities. Instead of humans developing advanced skills only in the last few thousand years, it suggests that an advanced civilization existed long before recorded history. Could it be that a highly developed culture flourished, built these massive structures and then disappeared? If so, what happened to them? Were they wiped out by a global catastrophe, such as a flood or an ice age? Some researchers believe that traces of this lost civilization could still be hidden beneath the sands of Egypt and other parts of the world. If this theory is true, we are only scratching the surface of our true history. What else could be waiting to be uncovered? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.